Hey guys, I'm back. And in this video I'm gonna fix some things about Walter. Now this isn't going to be a 2.0 per se, but there are going to be some considerable changes. So consider this Walter 1.5. And first things first, here is his redesign. Really cool, right? But I guess I should answer why I'm remaking him in the first place. And the answer to that is that the original Walter was kinda rushed. Because I only had 1 month to do the video, the drawings, and all the stats for him. I also had to change one of the contributors midway through. And it also made like 2 years that I didn't watch any dinosaur stuff. Though he was still very much better than Samson. But either way, now to the changes. Now, none of the contributors will change, since this is only a 1.5. But his weight did, with him now having 28 metric tons. Because before I couldn't really calculate the weight of his armor. So I just kinda guessed. And turns out I guessed wrong. And his bite force also changed, because of 2 major reasons. Firstly, because he became heavier. And secondly, because there is no source that directly states the Tegus bite force. So instead I had to do this. And the original way I calculated it was different. And also it was less accurate. And there were other lesser changes, such as his height. With him now being 3.5 meters tall. Or 11.5 feet tall. Also the length of his skull. With it being now 2.4 meters long. Or 8 feet long. And here is a person next to it. Anyway, now to the last change. That being his scientific name, which is now Dinotitan Impenetrabilis. The meaning is the same, that being the impenetrable terrible titan. Because the original actually had the wrong meaning. Anyway, this is where I'd normally end the video. But do you recall in the first Walter video when I said, and Hank's already getting a 2.0, so he's already getting redemption. Yeah, the thumbnail isn't gonna make itself, is it? So I'm killing Hank Tua. Anyway, for this battle, the attributes I will consider are size, armor, bite force, speed, agility, intelligence, auxiliary weaponry, environment adaptability, senses and battle instincts. Now the first category is size, which Walter obviously wins. Next is armor, with both of them having double layered armor. But Hank's is only partial. Not only that, but Komodo dragon osteoderms are actually very small. And I know that because it's the main reason I chose the tree crab skink over the Komodo dragon. And it worked out because the Komodo dragon would have actually overlapped with the Arapaima. Anyway, next up is bite force, which is an easy W for Walter. Next up is speed and agility, which even though Hank is kinda slow, he still obviously wins. Next up is auxiliary weaponry, which Hank wins because his arms are his main weapon. After that we have environment adaptability, which I gave to Walter because even though Hank has his sail, Walter is way more hydrodynamic and likely faster. After that we have a new category, that being senses, which Walter wins because of his echolocation and thermal vision. Anyway, now on to the last category, which is now battle instincts. Now, Spinosaurus did eat crocodiles, but he was always the larger of the two, and he always got the first strike, meaning the matchup would be completely flipped here. Also, Deinosuchus ate dinosaurs, so you know. Now, one thing I haven't addressed yet is Hank's hallucinogen. And that's because it wouldn't really do anything in this battle. Because for it to have effect, Hank would either have to be underwater or get bit. And in both of these scenarios, Hank would be as good as dead. So yeah, Walter would win. Anyway, like if you liked the video and subscribe if you wanna see more. Because that was all I had to say, so bye bye.